Alright, so recently some new information has come out. I'm joined by Haley once again. That Universal is going to close down six attractions. Because of the coronavirus thing, they're trying to temporarily close down 6 different attractions all throughout the resort. There's some at the Universal Studios side, some on the island side. But if we've learned anything about the world of theme parks, it's that temporary closures turn permanent pretty darn quick. So this might be the final day that we could say adieu to some of these rides. So let's go check them out. First attraction of the day, and I picked this one first as like a Saturday morning cartoon opener. I've never been in it, but I would be lying to you if I said that it wasn't my entire childhood. Haley's a little bit excited.
You can't see it under my mask, but my smile's about this big.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, obviously. We're talking a day in the park with Barney. Fun fact about the fountain, all the wishes and whatnot, the proceeds all go to Give Kids the World, so that's pretty cool. What am I getting into? Barney, Barney, Barney. Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh, that was the highlight of my life. Like, all the bops were played. No pun intended, but it was fantastic.
All the baby bops.
Baby bops.
It truly is an adorable show. Do I think they're gonna take it away? Unfortunately, I think the writing is on the walls for this one, guys.
Well, Barney's just not as popular with the kids today as like when we grew up. That's such a 90s thing, you know?
Absolutely. It's not as popular, and neither is Woody Woodpecker or Fievel or anything like that located in the kids zone, or even Curious George for that matter.
Yeah.
Also, it's no secret for the people living in Orlando that when they were going to build Nintendo World, the first time the permits were filed, they were going to knock this whole kids zone out. Mario Kart was going to go where the Barney show is. And now with the economy going kind of haywire, and they're postponing the construction on Epic Universe indefinitely, they're also on a contractual obligation to Nintendo to get a Nintendo World built here in Orlando before 2025. So, if on the horrible, horrible circumstance that we don't end up getting Epic Universe in 2023 or 2024, the writing might be on the walls, not only for Barney, but also for kids only. I fully believe that it's gonna go away. The next ride on our list will be located here in Springfield. We're talking Kang and Kudos, Twirl and Whirl.
To earn your freedom, you must help us attack Springfield. Tame your craft and your fellow humans. You know you want to. Made of a puff leaf. Oh, genius, Whirl! Do it, human. Do it! Next time, let your dog try.
Alright, as for that ride, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, to be completely honest with you.
No.
Springfield is not gonna go anywhere. The Simpsons ride sure as heck is not gonna go anywhere. In fact, it's not even closing. I think that what they're trying to do right now is they're trying to cut costs. You know, they're trying to keep things as low as physically possible. And that's just one of those rides that, you know,
And there's
it doesn't...
nothing that could go in that space anyways, because that space is so small. So.
Exactly. And I don't think it's necessarily expensive to operate, but it is a cost. The next ride, however, is a little bit shocking. Fast and Furious Supercharged. All right, so here's the thing with that ride. It's brand new, brand spanking new. That said, it is not at all a good ride.
Okay.
It's horrible.
Speak for yourself.
Okay, some people like it. Some people enjoy it. Some people enjoy it. I'm not one of them.
But I might enjoy it for the wrong reasons, though. Like
She enjoys
The
it for the
Rock,
eye
Vin
candy.
Diesel.
They need more girls in that ride, and I might enjoy it a little bit. Anyways, it's not a shock. I don't think for a second, because as new as it is, I don't think for a second that they're gonna get rid of it. I really don't. It's brand new, it's in a huge location. That said, it has not been pulling in big numbers.
But you can't do Luda like that.
It hasn't been pulling in big wait times. It's critically panned. It would be a smart thing to get rid of, but I don't think they're gonna get rid of it. With this closure, I really do think that it's going to be temporary. The other attraction here in Universal Orlando that is on temporary closure is going to be Fear Factor Live. This is fairly normal. They usually put it down around this time anyways in order to get ready for Halloween Horror Nights. Simply because, yeah. Simply because this is where normally the Academy of Villains stage show will go. This year, obviously, for coronavirus reasons, they canceled Halloween Horror Nights. So, no Academy of Villains. I can see how the closure would be temporary, but I can also see how this would be permanent. It has not been drawing in big crowds. Usually it's just a filler stage anyways. There's also been a rumor going around for years, and I thought about not even putting it in, but it's worth noting. There has been a rumor going around for years that they wanted to tear down this stage behind me and replace it with some sort of Harry Potter Ministry of Magic attraction. I'm not saying that that's gonna happen, but who knows?
Do it, you coward.
Now on to the next park. Welcome everybody to Islands of Adventure. First ride of the day over here will actually bring us over to Marvel Superhero Island. We're talking about the Storm Force Acceleration. Universal's teacups.
Oh god.
Well, that was fun. I would have recorded it more, but I got getting yelled at for recording. As for whether or not I think that they will close it, probably not. I can see how it would be a dated property. It's kind of like Kang and Kudos for me, where I could see how you would see that it's a little bit dated and how it could be a little bit more fun, but also I have no idea what they would put in that area. Because of contractual obligations with this side of the Mississippi, I don't think Marvel Superhero Island in its entirety is going anywhere. So, no, probably just a temporary closure here. Our final ride of the day will bring us here to Lost Continent. Our last show, ride, attraction, hybrid thing, Poseidon's Fury. Ouch, 45 minutes. I guess we're not the only ones that heard that things were closing.
Now you will pay for your murderous ways, Poseidon! I will destroy you! Impossible! No, Dark Lord! This is your fate!
So Poseidon's Fury, we've gone over this before on the channel. I mean, it's fine.
It's fine. It's a good cool off thing.
It's a
because
great
I got
cool
cold.
off thing. It's just like, you know, I don't think that the closure is permanent because I think Lost Continent is too big. I think what it is a staffing thing. I think it's, you know, the people that we used in this show could be used elsewhere around the park. I think it's mostly a staffing thing. I also think it's a very expensive show to put on.
Yeah.
I think it's a money-saving thing because of the whole coronavirus thing. That being said, the rumors have been out there. Now that we have rights to use Nintendo, a lot of people think the Lost Continent area could be slowly drifted over into a Legend of Zelda area, which would be very cool.
I'd be okay
you know,
with that.
an expansion to Wizarding World has always been thrown around as well. To be honest, I love Lost Continent. Mythos is great. But it's dated and it needs to go. As for right now, that'll about do it for today. It was fun saying a possible goodbye to some of these things. As for saying goodbye to you, subscribe down below for weekly adventures. Ring that little bell icon for notifications on every single episode. And honestly, stay tuned. I got some really, really, really cool stuff coming starting next week. Bye!